Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future anime and cartoon-related videos. So, today we are talking about Re:Zero Season 2, Episode 9, and we get to meet a bunch of different witches. Yep. That's right. We get to meet Pride, we get to meet Gluttony, and we get to meet Queen Bee, Stelea, however you pronounce her name, herself at the end of it. And she just keeps telling Subaru, I love you. So all of these witches seem to have a weird fascination with Subaru. So not really sure what the whole connection is there. But the reason that Subaru got this power is because, for whatever reason, the Witch of Envy, Stelea, gave Subaru this ability because she doesn't want to see him die because she loves him in her own sick and disturbing ways. And Subaru kind of just embraced it and was like, alright, fine, I'm stuck with this power. There's not a limit. He was talking with Nchata about the ability, and basically said there's no limit. So he was like, screw it, I'm going to do this as much as I can. Until everything's reset and everything is good to go. But the problem is we'll kind of start with the end and kind of work our way back in this particular episode. She is going towards the mansion. I think she knows that he now has someone to talk to, which is the Witch of Greed, Nchata, in order to, express his concerns. He can't always get back to her. Basically, he'll see her again at the end of the third trial. He already completed the second one at this point in time. We know that for a fact now. And then there's a third trial, who knows, but I think she's concerned with that and wants to kind of destroy his emotional state even more. So she is going after the mansion. 9 out of 10 at the end of the episode. Garfield actually saves Subaru. Mr. Bipolar guy, Tiger Duke guy himself. And it's just kind of interesting to see how that all ended. And for whatever reason, she popped out somehow in the sanctuary at the very end. We get to meet Typhoon, who is the Witch of Pride, is like a literal child. Basically, Nchata, before the meeting, explains to Subaru that you don't touch them because problems are going to happen, and Subaru literally falls apart. You can't die, but you can feel pain to a certain extent, or, freaked out. He couldn't actually feel the pain, but she ripped off his arm, put him into pieces. And she was saying that Subaru thinks of himself as a bad guy still, so that's why. I don't know if that's going to come play into a particular part later on, but she really wanted to meet him, so she jumped out first. Then we got to see Minvira, or Minvira? I want to say Minvira. That sounds like it's better pronounced correctly. And she is the Witch of Wrath, and she likes Subaru too. You see all the hearts popping out of nowhere, and then she basically puts him back together again, and he's good to go. And then finally, Daphne, the Witch of Greed, finally pops out. And that actually kind of confused me, because to me, with the whole setup that she's in, she looks more like the Witch of Sloth, but we don't know who that is right now. We know Betelgeuse is the kind of sloth guy, but we don't know the actual witch herself. And why that is the way it is, and who that witch looks like at this point in time. But anyway, her appearance, as you can see in this thumbnail, it looks like she's sleeping all the time. I'm not sure why she's sleeping. Maybe she sleeps to kind of put the hunger at bay, because she's the Witch of Gluttony. So she made the whale, the rabbit, and the serpent. So let's talk about the rabbit. The whale's already dead. That's taken care of. The serpent, we didn't get any information on. So we haven't seen that yet. I'm sure we'll see that eventually at some point. And the rabbit, or the great rabbit, basically it has the ability to multiply endlessly forever. But obviously, as we saw, it can kill people pretty easily and eat them. It's good that we know that it has one consciousness, because if it does multiply, they're all focused on the same target at the same time. They feed on mana, or they're attracted to powerful people, mana. So they go flock to it and try to kill people, which is interesting, because you'd think Subaru doesn't have a lot of mana, but maybe in reality he actually does have a lot of mana, and he just doesn't know how to utilize it. I mean, he can do that whole smokescreen nonsense, but other than that, he can only do that once or twice before he is kind of down for the count, and there's really nothing else more he can do besides kind of a squid or an octopus using its ink to run away from people. Kind of similar premise with that. but who knows? Attracted to mana, but basically multiplies, can eat. And the idea behind these three great mob beasts are that while yes, they are very powerful, they both provide, I don't know about the snake, but the white whale and the rabbits both provide essentially an unlimited amount of food. So yes, they eat, but basically you look at it from both sides, as sadistic as it is, because we don't really think about that way in the real world. But basically, that whale will supply a large amount of food to people, and the rabbit can multiply indefinitely, so you can basically just have unlimited rabbits to eat all the time if you control it, but it's not easy to control. That's the thing. She made these beasts to be able to be controlled, and obviously one of them is dead. The rabbit's going to have to die next, is what we're getting at, is where the rest of the season seems to be going, I'm guessing, because it's trapped in the sanctuary, and Subaru saw the images of it literally eating everybody in the sanctuary, which is not good. Not good at all. No, 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 no. And the serpent, who knows? I'm guessing that's going to be the most powerful of the three, but who knows? We'll get there when we get there. Subaru has this uncanny ability to woo witches, I guess is the best way to describe it. For whatever reason, that's like his power. His power is to make all the witches love him and want to meet him, see what he's about, and go from there. And it's just very interesting throughout the episode, as we get to see multiple witches that have already passed. Shada uses her abilities basically to swap out her body for them and show them to Subaru so he can get his answers about the mob beasts, defeating them, and why Gluttony did what she did, and basically wrecked everybody in the process, which is not fun. Not fun at all. It's kind of interesting though, because you would think witches are this like evil, gross, disgusting looking thing, but you got cute little kid, and Shada's a little cutie, Manvira's a cute little cutie, and then you got Daphne, who's a little creepy, but at the same time a little cutie too. So yeah, you got some waifus. If you're looking for some waifus, you go have at it. Enjoy all of them. Do all the simping as you will. I know you're gonna look up some stuff you shouldn't look up, but that's none of my business. So you do what you gotta do. That's all I'm saying with there, is do what you got to do. So not really a whole lot going on before the meetup with Enchada. Amelia is magically gone, so Subaru was questioning that himself, and basically Enchada said, sorry, I'm not interested in her. She's not going to pass. She can't break down her own shell unless you have the ability somehow to let her break her shell, and maybe I'd be interested in her. But the interesting thing is, at the end of the trial, second trial, Amelia's no longer there, which leads me to believe that she fully had the ability to basically beat and defeat the first trial finally, so she can go on to the second one, so on and so forth, and be the hero in that regards. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if she'll get to the third one. I know Subaru had a difficulty with the first two, and I'm sure she's going to have difficulty with the second one as well, because she's had such a difficult time with the first one. But we'll see how that whole situation plays out. So next episode, we're going to be running to the mansion. 9 out of 10. Stelia, I don't know how it's going to work. 9 out of 10, I'm guessing she's just going to friggin' wreck everybody. Probably most powerful character there is. Very hard to kill. And she's just going to wreck everybody at the mansion. And who the heck knows? We still have no idea why Puck hasn't shown himself in a very long time. But he's hanging out, sleeping. Maybe he can't. Maybe he's stuck inside the necklace. He can't show himself inside of the whole barrier type situation. I really don't know, but I would love to see Puck's cute little adorable face. That would be delightful to see him come out and entertain us there as well. But who knows? Subaru does also remember. He remembers everything Enchada says. Greed actually took his wristband as payment for him to remember everything, and the reason she did that was because it was given to him as a sign of love, and I think she wants that feeling as well. And we've seen that in future, different animes, different movies and videos where they take something that is of highly loved value and turn it into something evil, such as Adventure Time with Marceline there, if you're familiar with that show. So I could see her using it for that. But at the same time, she's dead, so what can she really do? What can any of these dead witches really do? Because only one of them is left. And what's interesting is, Stelia, why would you not kill the creations of all the other witches if you're the one that killed all the witches in the first place? That doesn't really make sense to me, but who knows? And then we kind of also end the episode with Rosewall there, and he has the book. So he has the same book that looks like the kind of Bible, I guess you could say, for the witches cult, but I'm guessing it is the other half of Beatrice's book, because he said there was two, so I'm guessing he has one, Beatrice has the other, and I'm not exactly sure what these books do yet. We don't have a lot of information. Either that or Roswell himself is somehow a witch cultist in disguise, and we just don't know what's going to happen there. All we can do is wait to see episode 10, and my anticipation for it is high. It seems like it keeps getting better with every episode at this point, and I am very thankful that it does, because this is going to be a good season, and I'm going to be very disappointed when it's over, because I'm going to want to watch more of it, so I might have to jump into the manga finally, even though I don't really like doing that. But I'm getting into it. I'm getting on the edge of my seat, and I'm really getting into it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. My name is Steve Gray. This has been another Re:Zero review, and as always, have a good one.